Hello, baby gangsters. This is Calvin, also known as Wimmer, and this is my first ever playthrough of Your Turn to Die. And yeah, so it's so funny that every time I boot up this game, I'm like, here we go. You know, it's this feeling of what's gonna happen this time? Because again, this game is incredible. This game has so many beautiful moments, so many extreme moments, so many brutal, terrifying, sad, all these moments in between. But that's why whenever I boot it up, I get this instant feeling of just let's do this, I guess. You know, this feeling of your heart almost stopping even before the game even starts. But that to me once again shows that this game is really good at evoking a lot of emotions out of the player. We are waiting for So to tell us about his plan, I believe. So I guess we can talk to everyone here as well. Is this escape thing for real? I gotta say, I can't believe it. It's the truth, apparently, because again, it's hard to believe it would be a joke. While we don't know what the escape plan actually is, I don't want to just say it's a joke, because I feel like that would be, I don't think So would joke about this. It's true, we found a lead towards escaping. Damn, dude, you really can do anything, Sarah. And now we just gotta reel it in, yeah? I get the feeling it won't be so easy. And it's also finding the floor plans, right? That's the whole point. It's finding the layout of this place. Yeah. I hope the floor master doesn't find out about this plan. If Gashu saw us, that would be bad, wouldn't it? After the incident with the fake Mishima AI, they might soon notice something's going on. They're going to be very cautious if so. Where's So? Is So still in your bedroom? It seems he headed to the monitor room. Don't tell me the secret room's there. It may just be. I had to check over by the monitor room. Okay, so we're going to the monitor room. Yeah, so it's interesting because the stuff with the AI Mishima monitor thing, we don't know who actually was controlling that, because now we know that Gashu and Miley apparently have odds with each other, or at least Miley has odds with Gashu. We know that Safalin is also kind of a little bit rebellious when it comes to the ideals behind this game and stuff. Not this game, but the ideals behind how they create say someone like a ranger. So we don't know what the motivation is behind creating the Mishima, but we know at the very least it's someone that wants to keep the game intact or wants to keep it going for longer. That's what we know. So I don't know if that's Gashu, because they said Gashu wants to destroy the game, but then again, Gashu is also doing stuff that is pretty demented too. I think that's what's so interesting about this. We do not know what is happening with that, Sarah? So is working to get us out of here, right? I don't know, man. I wouldn't say either of these, but I'll say exactly for now, because here's the thing. It's not that I trust So fully, and I don't try, it's not that I even have trust for him. It's that there's something up. This is one of the few times where I actually think that he's probably working to do something. So maybe we'll say this, but there may be some ulterior motive here. But you entrusted this to So, didn't you? I'm sure there's a part of you that wants to believe too, Sarah. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's I'm not going to trust him fully, but there's definitely part of me that wants this to happen. More than part of me that wants to believe this. 110%. Seems Guitar still hasn't woken up. It's like he's in a deep sleep. Let's escape before he wakes. I'm worried. I'm worried where he'll wake up. It's fine. If it comes down to it, we can try splashing water on him. What is this, gym class? I mean, sometimes that sudden shock can work, right? Yeah, let's go to the monitor room then. Whoa, the ladder? What, there's a ladder behind the monitors? Big Sis Sarah, check it out, meow. We have a ladder right here. The ladder goes up to the ceiling. Climb, yes. What the hell? Should we get other people, though, just to be safe? I don't think they're going to give us that option, but we'll go up first. What the hell is this? What is this? The lights on all the walls? This painting? The monitors? What's this? What is all this? Paper's titled Floor Master's Code. Floor Master's Code? I know we should talk to So first, but since we're already here looking at this. Floor Masters, let's carry out the death game with pride. For trials that require explanation, give one to the participants in advance. Floor Masters must not directly kill participants. Oh, so that's why when he killed Alice, that's why he was shot in the head. Because you're not supposed to directly kill participants, and that's what he technically did. Floor Masters cannot lie with the intent of deceiving participants, so again, they can kind of conceal the truth in a weird way, but they can't tell a lie with their words. If there's misconduct during the main game, it either proceeds with the transgressor's death, or must be tried by 24 hours later. What? Oh, they're talking about the players themselves? Treat the participants with love. Oh, come on. There's no love here. But then again, in their twisted mind, they think that's probably true. Misconduct during the main game. This is the first I've heard of that. If the participant transgresses, they die as a penalty. And if a floor master does, it's 24-hour extension. So it's a retry if it's a floor master, and it's death if it's a participant. That seems to be how you interpret it. Talk about unfair rules. I mean, it's definitely unfair in their favor. But yeah, that's the thing as well. Like, it's like, Gashu definitely sees this as like being like, oh, like, this is something that like maybe has to happen in some ways, right? It's inevitable. But like, even the whole thing of like, be nice to the participants. It's like, and that's why Saflin's kind of doing sometimes too. It's like, because this thing is already horrible in the baseline of what we're doing here and what we've been sent into, it doesn't matter. It like, to me, it's the equivalent of someone like beating the living hell out of someone in the middle of the street and then putting a slice of cake by their unconscious body. It's like, yeah, is the slice of cake a nice thing? Sure, but it doesn't, because it's already, you're doing something horrible already. It cancels out that nice thing. So it's like it's one of those things where like you can be like, oh, be nice to all the participants. What would be nice is for us to get out of here. You know, we're already in this like really demented situation. But then again, in their warped minds, they believe that like you can still be nice to someone even if you're doing something so horrible to them. You know, yeah, just can't happen. You know, it's like a cheater who continues to buy their wife flowers. You know, every day. It's like, well, I'm still giving her flowers and all this stuff too. It's like, yeah, but that means nothing because you're doing it and you know you're cheating. A memorandum titled that incident. This incident's a pretty old book. Let's read. A little leaving so over there to type, but looks like he's busy anyway. But quite some time has passed since then. But even now, those hellish memories are scorched into the back of my mind. In the first trial, I killed a person. First trial? I would never trust others. That was what I decided. In the Russian roulette that followed, too, I didn't participate. So there's another game that happened. This is describing the same things we had to go through. But why would there be a memorandum? Someone like lived enough to write this down? At the end of their argument, the challenger chosen was someone most surprising. I said, what? What? Is that a silhouette of us with a gun? And is that the guy that died earlier? With overwhelming charisma, she had a talent for getting people in order. No, stop. And in the first victim conference, she was a central figure as well. What is happening? But there she lost her best friend. What? And the second victim conference, a boy even younger than her, and the man whose views most aligned with hers, these two... What? Died. What? But it sounded like he was recounting something from the past. Seeing her so exhausted, I felt pity. For the first time, I spoke my true feelings. What the hell? What is happening? What are you doing? By the time we were done talking, I had acquired admiration from her, to the point that I'd be fine with even my own death as long as she won it all. But in the third victim conference, she died. What is this? What is this? What is this? It was the first time I'd shed a tear for a stranger. Even now I see hallucinations of her. Oh my god, the hallucinations. As many women as I tried to love, I'm never satisfied. Even now, to me, she is... What are you talking about, buddy? What the hell was that? What? There's like a memorandum of like a past game. I'm gonna have to reread that again at the end or something and go over the recording again. What in the world is this book? How do we even come to terms with that? Like there was like a memory of a past game where like another 17-year-old schoolgirl was in there, but it had the silhouette of us, right? And it said in the third game they died. In the first game, like they talked about the Russian roulette. In the first game, we lost our best friend. The second game, we lost someone who was like most like-minded to us. And the third game, like we died. Now I'm saying we because it's related. It seems like it's related to our story, but like it could be. Is it a different 17-year-old girl? Like what? How many 17-year-old girls are you putting in this game? That's the question. So do you know anything else? So is fiddling with the computer set up in the room. I should have looked at the pictures. Oh, what are you doing? What are you doing? Hello, Miss Sarah and Gin. I'm using Rage's chip right now to neutralize the security. Can you actually do that? Yeah, this chip's amazing stuff. It's got a lot of important data that could be probably misused. Almost makes me think Ranger was the intended to inherit all the data. Really? Was he going to be the successor or something? A successor? In place of his son? It's just a backup that doesn't matter? In place of his son is a weird phrasing, especially when we know there could be a relation to like Gashu and Kai. Are we saying that Kai could have been maybe the successor at some point? I wonder if he was a stand-in for his son? Well, not that it really matters. The hacking is still going on. It's still going to take some time. Could you keep an eye out below for anyone coming? I'll keep watch. Meow. Big Sis Sarah, you watch the low and a woof. Are you sure you can do it by yourself? No, okay, I know Gin can, but still, it's like one of those things where it's like, I want him to be safe at all times. Sure. Watch so, you say. What is this? A portrait of a man. It's titled Inauguration. A monitor reflects the computer screen. Reflects the computer screen. What's the specs? Yeah, this is so crazy, man. So it's from the computer set in the room. I did it! I did it! I did it! It went great, Miss Sarah! I'm in the depths of security now. Oh my god, they're not gonna notice? You did it. Why am I so bad with the announcement? You did it. Don't celebrate just yet, Miss Sarah. Things are going to get a little bit difficult from here. There's more? It'll be fine, just wait there. So stooped over further and began to work on the computer. He seemed so lively. Oh no. Whoa, what happened? What's the matter? There's been a little problem? Miss Sarah, could you help me out? Huh? See the 4 monitors in the room? There's going to be red airing screen. Oh, this is a minigame? This sounds like a minigame, right? This sounds like we're going to have to like tap like error screens. When you see one, tell me. Oh, okay, maybe not. Okay. I thought it was going to be like a minigame. Understood. Tell me when you're ready. So it's going to be some sort of like thing like that anyway. So it's for the computer set up in the room so we can actually try this out. Are you ready? When a red error screen appears, tell me what monitor is on. Okay, leave this to me. So do we have to tap it or something? It is very much a minigame. I have no idea if I'm doing well or not. We did not do good. Oh, it's done? It worked, sir. Okay, we did it. Okay, that's fair enough. You succeeded? Of course. Okay, this is good. This is really good. Okay. An actual somewhat advantage in this game. You probably can't tell at a glance, but things are getting really outrageous. Let's save the celebration for later. Let's go, Sarah. Hold on. Go where? I just have to follow him. That's kind of worrying to have to follow. I gotta save as well, guys, just in case. It's one of those situations where you guys have told me to save frequently. I'm trying to remember. So where are we heading to? Back to the monitor room? This way, you two. Does Gin have to come as well? Can Gin go to safety? Well, he's probably safer with us, I suppose. Don't leave us, Wolf. I won't leave you behind. Come on, hurry. I wouldn't leave you behind. I did sense a genuine care from So to Gin at 1 point, or 2 points. What the hell? What is that? What the hell? Oh, and look at the sprite depictions of them as well. What's this? They're showing everybody. Woof. What's the matter, everyone? I'm bored. You want to talk about something? All the eyes together in one place? You're awfully busy, it seems. Oh, Alice. How interesting. Looks like the AI control system broke too. Sure enough, the hacking was a complete success. Are we leaving them like this? If you want to say farewell, make it quick. I'll be in the lobby. Should we talk to them? Oh, it's you. Alice. What's the matter? You need something? I can't let Riku see this. So what, we're gonna break it? Yo, Sarah, what's up? You're looking pretty busy there. I don't have time to chat now. Oh, Gin. Why'd you wake me up, Miss Sarah? I'll talk to you if you play me. I'll always play with you, Gin. So there's no time to play? Hello, well, it isn't me. You got bags under your eyes. Are you not sleeping well? There's definitely not a lot of very healthy sleep going on here. The monitor me is looking a lot healthier. Oh, that's such a sad way of realizing, isn't it? Like, oh my god, like, and not looking in the mirror. You look in the mirror and not just see, like, bags under your eyes or something that you don't recognize. It's more like you don't recognize your past self in some ways, or at least they look healthier in a way. It seems pretty noisy around here. You need something from me, Sarah? You seem different. He seems different somehow. Oh, where's this? Seems like a bustling fun time. Let's drink. He feels like having a party? Sarah, won't you talk with Kana? So my sister told me this the other day, but... Sorry, Kana, I don't have time for that now. Oh, that's so brutal. But the thing is, like, again, the RAIs, we have the real Kana still waiting for us to save. You know what I mean? It's one of those situations where, like, yes, we could talk to the AIs and, like, listen to what Kana has to say. But she says that she thinks her sister's still alive in this form as well, I guess. Alright, everyone, let's head for the exit. We're just going for the exit right now? Hold up, I want to hear the details. I'll explain later, there's no time now. Everyone, let's trust So. Whoever wants to escape, come to the stairs. If you want to stay, I won't stop you. Fine, I'll come with. Like, even if, like, you don't trust So in this situation, you probably still would go, wouldn't you? You know what I mean? Like, any chance at escape, you'd take it. Towards the long stairs. You know what I mean? Any chance that you could take, you would take it. 100%. So you all came. Is there a way to escape over here? If you doubt me, check what ever looks suspicious. The 200 door? A suspicious vending machine sits on top of the stairs. This vending machine opens. No way. A passage appeared behind the vending machine. You got it, Miss Sarah. As far as I can see in the map data, the exit is straight ahead from here. Oh my... What's gonna happen here? What is gonna happen here? The only door keeping us from it are these vending machine and the last exit door. And both of those use the exact same security. So then, there's no reason to shut it open. Let's go before the floor masters interfere. Oh my god, you know what they're probably feeling right now? Adrenaline like they've never felt before in their freaking lives. Their bodies are probably shaking. Their legs are probably shaking. Just thinking about this idea. I thought it was how we have to, like, move. We just have to go here. There's a large patch behind the vending machine. Beyond there might be a ray of hope. Oh, the way they said that, there's something's gonna happen. There's no way, like, oh, we're gonna escape now, right? We just have to grab that hope. What's gonna happen? Oh god, look at this design. Like, it's really cool, but with the passages and endless, within the passages and endless flight of stairs, hurried yet careful, we advance step by step. Stay close to me, everybody. So and Kana walk in front. Along the way, we notice the doors on the sides. Lots of them spaced some distance apart. I suppose it's connected to the other floors. These are probably the victory stairs that only the survivors are allowed to climb. You must be built so they can access these stairs no matter when the death game concludes. Hearing that makes me hope whether or not I want to. For an exit. Again, everyone's probably feeling hope, but again, I can imagine in this situation, I don't know how there's no way we can know exactly what it feels like, but I can imagine a situation like your whole body is like in autopilot, you're probably adrenaline, shaking, all this stuff, like you're probably like really feeling this moment right now. If there really is an exit like So says, have we been saved? Oh my, of course not, man, something is so gonna happen from this death game. Hey, big sis Sarah, what is it again? Even once I go home, will you still see me? Oh my god, are you kidding me? You're my little brother forever. Of course. Obviously. Really, well, thank goodness. Meow. Like, here's the thing. I totally get, like, the answer. Someone picked the answer, like, maybe it's not for the best. I think anybody in this situation would maybe not want to see any of these people ever again. Not because you don't love them, not because you don't care about them, because psychologically there's something in your head that makes you want to move on from this situation. But in this case, it's one of those situations where, like, I think Gin and Sarah are bonded for life. I think they have a familial bond that has grown throughout even the short period they've been here. I wouldn't want to ever turn them down in that sense. But I'm sure it'll make you remember. Wait, did Now just say that? You want to forget it all, Woof? There's no way I can forget, Meow. Gin. Oh, poor Gin. I understand what Now is saying, like, you know, the idea, again, we just said, like, no one wants to remember, like, this type of stuff. Like, obviously, Gin doesn't want to forget it all. Don't cry, Gin. The things we lost is the spirit put in us. There's a lot that won't go back to normal. But we'll get it back. Oh, Sarah. Sorry, I'm already getting like a little bit emotional, but like the what's so hard about this game is that like we have like all these really horrible moments, but and it's so sad. The trauma's gonna be so immense. Even if like say we escaped right now, how do you come to terms with this? Like how? Like, and that's what needs to be said about this too. It's like, yes, the psychological torture while we're in here is terrible. The murder, of course, is terrible. Everything on the baseline is terrible. But the thought of whoever survives this getting out of here and having to try and live a normal life. They deserve to live a normal life. I want to make that clear, but it's going to be hard. And they can do it, as Sarah's saying, they can do it, but holy hell, they've like really like set these guys up for trauma. Peace, our normal lives, that's our real victory. Big sis Sarah, I'm sure it'd be impossible alone. Even I know my own weakness. That's why we'll reclaim it together. Yeah, you're right. Our connections can't be cut easily. They're lasting bonds. Honestly, I feel it, man. I feel it with these characters already. Everyone, when you go back to life as usual, what will you do? That's an interesting question, isn't it? And it's interesting because I think, like right now in this moment, them all stopping to think about this as well is such an interesting time to do this, right? But I wonder if it's just like a lot of excitement and nervousness and like thinking about like what could be, when we get out of here. And it's probably getting them up the stairs more than anything. I hadn't been thinking about it. What did I want to do when I got out of here? I want to finish that paint. Oh no. I want to play video games at home. Big Sis Sarah should come too. This is brutal, man, because I know they're not getting out of here. Are you kidding me? I want to hold one hell of a concert. My band's gotta be dying for me to come back. Can I come see it too? Me too. Oh my god. The bonds that everyone has now is insane. I'll show you some amazing stuff, Gin and Kana. That's not fair. I want to see it too. Might have to think about that. Or you something being mean about it. I think I'm not trying to be like now it's crazy because like now was in the quad, What do you want to do, huh? Do you have anything? Do you not have anything, Mr. Policeman? Find something worthwhile. Then maybe you should look for something that feels worth doing. Guess so. You want to think about a reason for living. I'll be glad to assist if that's okay. Taking it literally, I see. Thanks, Sarah. I see something. Huh? The exit. Oh no. Oh no. Wait, what? It's a traditional Japanese room. Yeah, like I recently played Silent Hill F, and like obviously this is very reminiscent of like, almost like 60s Japan in a way. According to the floor map, this is the winner's... What? The winner's room? We're just here now? In the winner's room? The low chairs are facing each other. A long, clean table. And it's not just 60s Japan, by the way, as well. Like it's also like similar designs and like say like any like I know it sounds so bad when you're like when someone's like I saw this in my Japanese video games but that's like obviously where like my first experience with Japanese culture was through like video games, right? And even though it's not like always like I'm not talking about like fantastical creatures or monsters, I'm talking about like just like seeing architecture and homes and stuff like this, you know what I mean? You see it in Sekiro, you see it in Silent Hill, you see it in Shenmue, it's in these games, The corridor continues further. Up ahead, it's the exit, Miss Sarah. At last. Is it, like, what's happening here? Let's go. What is happening here? Please, just... We proceed down the corridor. My heartbeat growing faster and faster. Hope, future normality. Oh my freaking god, this is gonna hurt like a freaking ton of bricks. It's gonna hurt like a bastard. Believing that all this lied just ahead. Oh my freaking god. That's an exit sign. That's a freaking exit sign. Someone destroyed this. Someone freaking destroyed this. A solid wall of rock. It can't be. What the heck is this? And even so, like, so, that thing is like any thought of like so like was like tricking us. I don't think that was the case at all now. Like, look at this. The pure shock. This is the exit? It's nothing but rocks, almost like there's been a landslide. It looks like someone destroyed it. Riggs, I mean, this is... The exit's blocked, and the desperation on his face too. I would start picking up every rock I could. I know that actually is probably very dangerous, but if you start from the top maybe, the security had indeed been neutralized. But without a door, there was no point. No, if it's an ultimate destruction, it would take forever, and by the time you do it, you'd be caught. There's no hope. This is so brutal. No. Ah. This ain't what I signed up for. We can't go home. The hope dashed, and the scenery that dashed our hopes was a pile of rubble. Like a pile of rubble, destruction. To me, that symbolizes, like, obviously, like, the aftermath of a destruction. The dashing of hopes is literally seen as, like, the aftermath of destruction. It can't be. This is all a lie. So is not taken. Of course, it's not all a lie. It's not a lie. Oh, gosh, you. This is the truth you sought out? An external explosion was... What? Someone outside blew it up? Long before the Deathbed game began? You bastard, Gashu! Stop, Rico. I'll kill you! You're gonna... That act has no meaning. What? This is so brutal. So someone blew it up from the outside? What's going on? The thing on your neck? We are held captive as well? What? What? Until it's all over, our fates are intertwined. What are you talking about? No way. A call or even the floor masters are? What the shit? What the hell you guys? What the hell are you guys? Now everyone, it's time to stop dreaming. You must win. Only for the victor will the path. Wait, so like, they only get out once it's all over, and only the victor can get past. We want everyone to get out though. You have only a brief time left. Spend your last moments for the game. Oh my god, man! This is a symbol that the only way to get out of here is by winning the game. And now we know that the floor masters also have like are forced to be here. It's all over. All that's left is this card. Huh? I guess so. Oh my god, and once again, dashed hopes, you know what I mean? When we had hope there for a second, we had this adrenaline, we had this feeling of moving forward, talking about what we're going to do on the outside, caring for each other, and it's dashed with the literal symbol of an aftermath of a destruction. The destruction of our hopes is symbolized through rubble. An external explosion, and now we find out not only that, but the freaking Gashu is being held here too, which, by the way, doesn't excuse the freaking creation of these dolls, by the way, if he created them. I want to make that clear. Doesn't excuse a little bit. I want to make that perfectly clear. These people are still torturing us. These dolls and floor masters are still torturing us. You could say, well, Calvin, they're forced to do it. I don't know about you guys. If I'm forced to torture people in the way that these floor masters have, I might just actually allow myself to just get destroyed. Personally. And you can say, well, Calvin, you don't know what you do in their shoes. But I think it's different, right? Like, say for the stuff with Kitaro and Gin, I understand in that position, like, the idea of, like, pressing that button is so difficult. Like, how could you even do it? Like, you know, because then, like, we'd all say we do it. And, like, I would, like, my mind right now, I'm saying I would do that for Gin. But we don't know what they would do that you would do in that moment, right? And you could say, well, Calvin, you don't know what you do in this moment as well. I think if any ordinary person who has, like, a conscience, if they spent 1 minute punishing one contestant, I feel like they would, like, it would tear them apart to the point they would no longer want to even be on this plane, this existence anymore. I think you guys would agree with that. I think there's a difference between, like, a momentary moment with, like, these characters where it's like, you know, they act differently and you're going like, oh my god, of course, like, we don't know how people are going to act in these situations. We can't truly know how we would act in these situations. But I do think, and I have faith in a lot in my this line of thinking, that the moment you start to, like, torture one person or one person, you see someone getting so upset over this, you wouldn't be able to live on, personally. Right? I wouldn't be able to. I know in my heart of hearts that if I, like, all it would take is, like, say, like, okay, I have to do this to survive. Let's say we did that. I have to do this to survive. And I make one person, like, desperately upset like we've seen in this game. I'd be done. Bye-bye. I wouldn't be able to even go on. I'd be like, just do it, you know? Having hope, having it broken over and over. That's what it is. It's a dashing of hopes over and over. Oh no, and then this comes back right as this happens too. I think it's time you face reality. Every time that we have like a dashing of hopes or something happens that brings us back down. I don't want to make it clear as well before we go into this. I'm not saying that I would ever like, give up on life or something like that. I'm not saying that, right? Even though like that happens sometimes, like, in these types of stories, 100%. And I never am going to like judge anyone for that either. But I'm trying to say from the perspective of like, I'm saying that like I wouldn't be able to go on if I knew that I was like hurting someone that badly, There was always only one choice. Which do you choose? Trick the others? What? Trust the others and accept death. Trick the others if I must. I'm not. What do I mean trick the others? Like taking their card? I can't do that to these people. I can't. So that's your choice. Well, good luck. Is KG like literally? Oh my god, there's way more rocks than I thought there was. Was that the bad choice? Because my whole understanding of that was like it's like, hey, trick people to get their card. Like, I there's no one here that I would want to sacrifice anyone to have. I wouldn't wish to sacrifice card on my worst enemy. Before I knew it, everyone had gone off and do their own thing. To use the final time granted to us meaningfully. Man, is KG literally ripping at the rocks? KG is clearing the rocks. KG? Yeah, it's too dense. I thought at first, like, let's get rid of the rocks. This would take forever, and one wrong move brings all these rocks down on you, and you're dead. Just end of. Just can't find an enemy to give up. It might be futile, but I'm gonna struggle. KG. Katara's still passed out. It's freaking brutal, man. Because at first I was like, oh, maybe you could pull the rocks out, but like, this is too dense. It's too dense. Look at that. Because all it takes is you pulling a rock out here, then all this falls down on top of you. And guys, this is not like, when toys fell down off your shelf when you were younger or something. This is boulders, rocks. Yeah, my decision there was like, I wouldn't wish to sacrifice a card of my worst enemies, guys. I just really wouldn't. I can't do it. So he put a lot of hope behind this as well. So is deeply focused on the laptop, continued to fiddle with it. He still hasn't given up. Talk to him, yeah? So, please, say it. Oh, that's a lot to put on someone. But we're not thinking straight either. Sarah wouldn't usually put this on someone. The words came, yeah, exactly. That's a lot to put on someone. Sarah wouldn't usually think of that, to say that to someone. There's nothing more I can do with my on my own power. If anyone could do something, it's so. I don't have enough time. I have Ranger's chip right here. If I just had another hour. So, all I might do now is hack the roll card data. Huh? He can hack the roll card data? A ring up box. If I had tokens, I could have used it. Wait, so we could have ranked someone? So he can hack the data if he wants to. And change the cards around. For this too. And I wonder if he's going to do that at some point. Yeah, what Sarah said there to So like is entirely unfair in a normal context. But again, that's not what you would usually say to him. It's no matter how much we distrust So and how much we didn't get along with So, begging someone to be the one to save them after the moment where like their plan just failed. They know their plan just failed. So's feeling that. So brought everyone to this exit, and even though it's not his fault, he's going to be feeling that. You bring people to the promised land, they find out the promised land is full of dirt. People are going to be looking to you. Because again, even though it's never going to be your fault to try and get people out of a horrible situation, people are going to like look to you and be like, So was wrong. Because people are frustrated, they're upset, In this case, it's one of those things where he's more upset with himself than anyone could be. And I can tell. I can 100% tell. And again, Sarah didn't put that on him because she despised him or like it's again F you. It was more of a thing of it just came out, And I can totally understand where that happens, she's involuntarily said it because things are starting to lose hope. This is a really great depiction of like how everyone's kind of like doing their own thing. Losing hope with this stuff. Reiko's looking at it now, not saying anything. Where's Gin? It's all over, isn't it? Now, I don't even have the energy to move. That's the thing. Like, this is what those feelings are. The dashed hopes. We came so far only to have it all like blow up in our face. If I'd known about this, I wouldn't even want to see hope. I can't find the words right now. Yeah, this music is beautiful as well. So, again, we had that kind of thing to happen with Khan at the start. She didn't want to get her hopes up because then they get dashed again. that's such a poignant and important thing that now said, even though like I don't want her to feel this way whatsoever, like in terms of like, you know, how this would feel, I wish I never even had the hope in the first place. Right? I wish I never even thought there was a chance to exit. And now put a lot of the stock behind this. She did a whole plan to get that laptop to sew. You know? A lot of stock into this. And you know what's so interesting about this too, and I actually think it's really well written too? We're walking from the exit, the destroyed exit. Slowly, our character's walking through the exit, talking to people along the way. All these people have their... Oh, that's the wrong room. Sorry. I just ruined the ambiance. So I was like, yo, you're back? Wait. No way. I went, look, wait. How does that... Is that actually how it works? How does that work? I am so lucky I made a mistake then. How does that freaking work? Did you find anything? Did we just not see Gin then? Or is he in a different room or something? Did you find anything? There wasn't an exit or anything. But I found a smartphone on phone on the stairs, meow. Huh? A smartphone? There wasn't anything like that when we came up. What exactly is on it? Is that a trade? That sound. And for a card trade to happen at this moment too. Wait, so what would have happened if we didn't do this then? Because like we would have just left here, right? Or could we only go to one place? I wasn't even, my mind was in another place altogether. Tell me what would happen if we didn't go here. Would we have gotten to talk to everyone again? We'd have a sacrifice, right? What in the world is this trade? Because who would trade anything but like if they didn't have the sacrifice? What? Was that so? Did So hack this? Because who would trade for the sacrifice? I guess if someone didn't know we had the sacrifice? Why did my sacrifice... But the thing is, like, the reason I think it could be so instead of, like, someone trading is that people would probably know we had a terrible card, right? People would have known something if we had a terrible card, for sure. Big Sis Sarah? Yeah, like, because we remember we ran off. We ran off scared after we got that card. What the hell just happened? Please let me know, by the way, if I missed out on talking to everyone as well, by the way, because I can go back and get those scenes, and if it's one of those situations that me making a mistake and going back up into the room... and then coming back down, if that's what you have to do, or if it's a thing where like I could have talked to everyone else, please let me know that before we go on to the next part of this and we figure out what's happening with this carriage, because I want to definitely see as much dialogue as I can and much conversations as I can, and we can go back and get those pieces of dialogue. Yeah. This is crazy, because that's why I'm thinking it is a so thing, because like even if they didn't know we had that card, they would have known that we didn't like our card, right? Again, what is it? You just had a scary... Oh, we smiled? I mean, again, our character isn't this perfect paragon of virtue and godliness and angelic, you know, morals. Our character is a real person. It's not... I'm not surprised that we smiled in that moment. It's not like it's a condemnation of who she is. It's an involuntary smile because she just realized that she has a better chance of living now. More important again, about the whole phone you found. Well, actually not a better chance of living. It's because commoner is actually someone that you would, if you did find out they're commoner, you would want to kill them, right? Because it would be the least amount of consequences. But it would mean that the sacrifice would die as well. If we did have the sacrifice card, it means that we had a chance of like pure survival, but also a bigger chance as well if someone else is picked and not us of dying, if you know what I mean. Yeah. Yeah, the phone you found. Meow? What's happening? Again? What happened? A sharp pain in my neck? I felt my senses cut out. What the hell just happened? What? What just happened? What am I looking at? I'm done for. Hey, ain't there any way we can save him? But Mishima's here too. What the hell's happening? With so much bleeding, I fear not gonna be done. This brutal image of, like, so bleeding out, but Mishima's here. What the hell? What? This has to be some sort of vision, right? You can't respond. What? Why did we just see that? This game sometimes, and again, it's incredible what it does. The way it injects anxiety into every single scene is absolutely masterful. It's masterful. Did I just have some kind of dream? This place. It's the same as before. Remember, we had to eat food before. And what the hell? So when we talked about the smartphone, we felt a tinge in our neck. So I wonder if we weren't supposed to find that smartphone. I wonder if, like, when they found that smartphone, they said, like, oh, we can't let them have that, right? And they knocked us out in that moment. So which means they have different methods of like doing of like using those collars, right? For sure. Man, this is crazy. This is absolute crazy. I'm nervous. We have to keep going. We have to. What is that? That vision is so crazy. I have no idea what the vision was. Gosh, it was on the screen. Everyone, how are you feeling? I truly thank you once again for participating in the main game. I will omit detailed explanations, but I have one point of warning this time. It appears one of you lost your tablet, Kitaro. Due to the need for fingerprint identification, others cannot misuse it, but as it is a disadvantage to not know your own role, a spare tablet has been placed on your table. Please use it as if you are the person in question. That is all from my warning. To proceed with the rules, please touch the screen. It's starting a second game. It was good, maybe Kitaro, because remember we have his tablet, which would make sense as well, I suppose. An extravagant feast once again. Well, then allow me to explain the rules of the main game. The basic rules are that one person to be sacrificed will be chosen by the majority vote. The vote will be split into two parts. Through the first round, the preliminary vote, half the total will be chosen as candidates, which will be 4. As the rate presently alive, this would be 4. A final vote will be held using these deciding the ultimate victim. In other words, the sacrifice is decided by narrowing down 8 to 4 to 1. Of importance of the 4 rules: the commoner. This normal role would know, which has no powers. Second is the keymaster. As one would expect, they hold the key. If chosen as the victim, all will perish. The third is the sage. By the power of holy divination, they can know the keymaster liege. The fourth is the sacrifice. This is the card of reversals, which lets its owner live only if they are chosen as the victim. But meanwhile, if not chosen, they will die. So there's also the curse card. So they can they still choose another person to survive with them? They can vote twice, and then they can escape together with one other person. So yeah, this is what I'm talking about. That's why the sacrifice is so dangerous. It's that you are either so lucky that you were chosen and you survive with one other person, or you are so unlucky because you have the biggest chance out of everyone, I believe, of dying, right? Because if anyone but you is chosen, so it's like you're guaranteed to either die or everyone else is guaranteed to die. That's what has to happen, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, guaranteed 2 deaths this time. Incidentally, in the event that the multiple people are tied for first, if the sacrifice is in the tie, the sacrifice wins. Oh wow, if the keymaster in the tie, that's insane. Advantage sacrifice. I mean, I think it's... let's take our mind out of like all this for a second and say in terms of just a game, in terms of an actual card game or like a game like Werewolf, the sacrifice having like a little bit more of an advantage in terms of this like in terms of like the you know, because the role is so freaking terrifying. I think it's fair to give them a bit of an advantage when it comes to this type of stuff. Even again, just as a game. F the game in general, but as a game, it makes sense to give a role that is kind of at a disadvantage sometimes a slight advantage in other situations. That's just board games. That's just gaming 101. If both the sacrifice and the keymaster are tied for first, the keymaster takes priority and all perish. So wait, if both the sacrifice and the keymaster are tied for first... So he's repeating what he said. Right? That's what he's saying, right? He's repeating what he just said. It's like, or discussing it. One keymaster, one sage, and sacrifice all other are commoners. I might have to look over the root. Again, I'm very, even though I like to think that sometimes I pick up on stuff pretty well. sometimes I miss stuff. That's just gonna happen. So I'll read over the role again, and I'll put like a note in there about actually what it is. If I got it wrong, guys. Yeah. Distribution is 1 Keymaster, Sage, and Sacrifice, and all of those are commoners. Best of luck, and may you avoid total destruction at all costs. That goes without saying. Will everyone please wait for the game to begin? Oh, it's Miley. Hey, Gashu. Miley. Gashu, you listening? You really gotta muck things up. So this is her saying that he's destroying the game? You've made a flagrant transgression, one that shakes the very core of the main game. Are you trying to incorporate the main game, to appropriate the main game of yours? For yours? Apologies for the victim that's, what? Apologies for the video malfunction. The main game will now begin. Please enter, everyone. So he made a transgression against this game. What just happened there? We know that Miley is has a problem with Gashu. And it seems like the problem is continuing here as well. He made a transgression? I just read over the card rules again just before we go into this. It's that if the Keymaster is tied with someone, then the Keymaster will get priority and they will die. If they're tied with the Sacrifice, then everyone dies. The Keymaster will take priority. If the Sacrifice is tied with anyone else, the Sacrifice will get priority and they will die. And if the Keymaster is tied with anybody for first place other than the Sacrifice, they will also die. But the Keymaster will always take priority and they will die first, it seems. I think it's what it is. So no matter, so it's like not exactly, one of them is an advantage for the Sacrifice, some of them are an advantage, but when the Sacrifice goes up against the Keymaster, it's not an advantage. So they still do have an advantage in some cases when it comes up with them going up against anybody else, but except for the Keymaster. So actually, it is still an advantage in some ways, but it's a disadvantage for the Keymaster. So the Sacrifice still has an advantage, it's not as strong as an advantage as I thought it was. They don't have an advantage at all in the game, and I'm saying they have like a little bit of a benefit when they go up against anybody here, but they don't have it like against the Keymaster, so it's not a full advantage. But still, as I said, they go through so much and their role is so horrible that them having something that's like a little bit of a saving grace for them is probably like, in terms of a game, it's probably the best idea. Main game grounds, Oga. Here we go, guys. Miley and freaking Gashu here. We're back here again. Does not feel good to be back here. Does not feel good at all. You're here. You're early, KG. What was that earlier, meow? Oh, we haven't seen Gin since what happened. Gosh, what's going on? Explain yourself. Kind of feels like this won't be a normal main game. It's starting all over again. Especially the way Miley says that he's trying to appropriate his own game. Oh, everyone's like so devastated. Oh my, what a bustling crowd. Did you call for me? Yo, what is this transgression Miley mentioned? Transgression? I'm afraid I don't know what you mean. Understand that if there was truly a transgression, it should become clear in your discussion. Supposing one is discovered, it will be addressed. Yeah, right, jackass. Oh, she has the makeup back on. It's you who's going to decide what counts as transgression, isn't it? I wonder why she has the makeup back on. Maybe it was like a prep thing for herself? Colin Safalin? Miley's the one that called the transgression, right? At least call Miley so she can hand down a judgment on any misconduct. Miley's the Flowmaster of 1 and 2. I cannot do that. The one with Safalin, yes, okay, sorry, I just thought, yeah, okay. Very well, if that will satisfy you. There's Safalin, one of the best designs in the game, honestly. Please be our impartial judge. What are you laughing at, asshole? I am joyful. Such determination to have a fair slaughter without having to worry about over misconduct. And it's so interesting that, like, you know, he tries to moralize it in some ways, but like, he's calling it what it is. It's about to be like a two-person, about two people, or it's either 2 people or 8 people are about to die. There's no in between. Either 2 people are about to die. No, sorry, there's 2 people about to die, 8 people are about to die, or 6 people are about to die. There's like no in between with that, right? Right? Because if the Keymaster is chosen, everybody dies, all 8. If the Sacrifice is chosen, 6 people die. If anyone else is chosen other than the Keymaster or the Sacrificed, then the person who's chosen will die, and then the Sacrifice will die. You goddamn. Now then, Like the second game. Second main game. Hang on. Kotaro got here in the end. He's again, of course he's not looking good. He was passed out. Oh, very good. Everyone is assembled. Damn it. So starting after all? Indeed, we have talked long enough. Now we shall begin the second main game. He slept through everything, by the way. Not slept through everything. He was knocked out through everything. You know what I mean? That must be such a weird thing to wake up to, right? Oh, God. Candidate vote. Great UI as usual. Oh, and we still have all the dead bodies now as well. By all rights, Alice should not be dead. That's so weird to say. It's so because I think it's just mean in terms of the game. Kai and Joe shouldn't be dead either. But you know what I'm saying. I think you guys are saying, Jesus, guys, that was like, in my head I was just like, yeah, but Alice shouldn't be dead because it's not part of the main game. But like in terms of the game, yes. But in reality, none of them should be. You know? Jesus. But I think I was just thinking of the game. It's like, oh, he wasn't, he died out of the side of the rules. But F the rules. F the rules. No one should be dead. Extremely heavy air dominates the space. It's starting again, this horrifying game. Oh, no. Everyone's feeling it. Of course you would be. Jesus Christ, man. Keeping quiet's only going to make the time pass, guys. Let's all decide our fate by our own hands. Okay? It's okay. We've walked this road before, haven't we? So being like, a bit inspirational here. Then and now it's totally different. Kotaro is not looking good. At all. We're all allies now. We spent way more time together. Then will you die? It's so right what Kotaro's saying, though. Like, it's like, and again, it's right what Keiji's saying. It's like, okay, if you don't do this, you're gonna die. But also someone's gonna die. But it is different now because everyone's gone to know each other so well. Even through, like, very dark and tension-filled moments. I'm closer with, now. I'm closer with Kana. I'm closer with Reiko. Like, we're obviously closer with Gin. Hell, we even know Soul better now. You know what I mean? Let's find a resolve. You said in the first game, right, Kotaro? And this is great writing, by the way. It's dark writing, but it's great. Having Kotaro, a character who was the guy who was like, we gotta do this in the first game, be kind of like a little bit, not doubtful, but like scared. Damn it! Everyone in the card designs have been displayed in the rulebook this time. So beware that you cannot judge using knowledge of the designs, and as in the first game. Well then, please spend this cruel and this dense time to your heart's content. Gashu quietly sat down in the chair. And once again the main game began. Just like that? Just exactly like that again. It's probably a good place to save as well. I have like 51 save files at this point. I don't even know which one is which anymore. The first, let's discuss how to... well, if I want to find this stuff for the death game videos, if you want to watch them at some point, I literally have to look back at my videos and see when I saved at a point. Let's discuss how to get 4 candidates who should survive and who can die. What? Choose this topic. Okie dokie, seems you're ready. Hold up, KG. Unlike last time, there's a bunch of there's been a bunch of card trades. If we just logic it out, I'm sure we can figure out who is the sacrifice in the Keymaster without going around suspecting each other. If everyone speaks honestly, that's the truth. Yeah, we know we had lies in the last one. And I'm getting it's using so lied vindictively and kind of like in a very like, lied about having the Keymaster card. But he obviously did it to like, survive. But he still was manipulating. He still was lying. Joe also lied, but that was also like as well a lie that was used to protect as well, right? There are lies that happen, and it's not just from So. There'll be lies everywhere because people are terrified, people are scared, people have their own motivations. There will be lies. Would they lie? I believe it. Humans are flawed. We're all flawed. Every character is a flawed person. At the very least, the sacrifice can't tell the truth now, can they? So it's fine to start with finding the 4 candidates. Because those who aren't candidates can be honest. Yep. Also, if you prove what everyone's cards are right now, voting is going to be hell. It'll be pure blame throwing. That guy should die, this guy should die. It'll be cruel and leave no trace of any bonds we've got. Fine, I get it. I'm on board, KG. And so I'm going to say it. So you're the most suspicious in my book. She's not wrong, he is the most suspicious guy in this game. Huh? Wait, Reiko, So contributed so much to our escape. I know what Reiko's gonna say. But then who do I vote for? Oh, no, it's not what she's gonna say. Okay. That's such an interesting response. It's way more interesting than I thought it was gonna be. Because I thought she was gonna say, well, he ran off when all the card changed. Right? When we got the sacrifice card. Right? But the actual answer here is way more interesting, again, as we talk about the idea of like us as humans looking for anyone to blame. It must be him. If not him, who else can I pick? Because I don't trust him. Not because I think he's done something wrong this time. And again, that's what I'm saying, the flawed human aspect of this game. Reiko going, it has to be him. Who else can I pick? I can't possibly choose anyone else. I'm gonna vote. It's gotta be for So. This is how I really feel. So, get a grip, be honest, and clear all our doubts. Seems I just don't click with people who speak from emotion. Shut up, I'm telling you to say what you're really... Then I'm fine being the first candidate. Whoa. After all, I... Disclosure? So, what? 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 So? Wait. This is so as well, though. This is so written all over it. Because here, think about this. First of all, great artwork. So pretty, right? But think about this. In the first game, we know So lied about being the Keymaster. So what's the first thing you're going to think in this game? He's lying about being the sacrifice, right? But then you're thinking to yourself, maybe he is lying about being the sacrifice so we can choose him, and then he actually is the sacrifice, and then he survives. But maybe that's what he wants you to think as well, so that you won't pick him, and that he won't die in this game. It's, and he's the key. You know what I mean? Like it's all these different things. It's a very So choice. Were you even listening to us? This ain't the time to say your role. Was there a rule against confessing your own? So I see. Sorry, Keiji, I just didn't feel comfy letting you take the initiative. I know, I'll nominate the next suspicious person. How about that? He's got some... what? He's got some no good idea again. Agree or oppose So? What do we do in this moment here? I think agreeing with So gets the ball rolling on this whole thing. Opposing So feels like it's like... because I don't know, man. Because then it feels like we're just pointing out, like, we're letting So just, like, accuse somebody. I don't know. I feel like this is one of those times where, like, it would actually get the ball rolling. What do we think? I don't know. This is a hard one. I think we oppose him just for now. You can't approach where whoever is chosen nominates the next person is just... Are you panicking, Miss Sarah? Yeah, the reason I chose no, because I thought that we'd get the ball rolling, but in this way I was like, when I saw Sarah's line, when I read back over her saying like, oh, it's a no good thing, I do think that we should maybe like stop him a little bit for now, until we can like really feel like what he's going for here, you know? I'm not panicking. I nominate Kana. Bastard, now what are you saying? Everyone should already understand this. She easily tricked, timid, and lacks ability. What does she even have besides sympathy? Look at his eyes rolling to his head. He enjoys it. Like no, but like that's not what. How does that make her suspicious? How does it make her suspicious? Shut that up! Ain't you who used her? After using her so cruelly, So trying to betray her? So you're giving Kana time to vindicate herself? Huh? Sure thing. Let's have a discussion about Kana's actions during the death game. Wait, is that what it is? Do you think So is genuinely trying to give Kana some time to like be the one that's not being suspicious here? So that we can trust her. I wonder if So is actually trying to do that. Like say like if she can vindicate herself now, then she'll get maybe have an easier time throughout this discussion. She'll be more trustworthy. At first she just holed up in So's room. They've generally acted together. So should be the one who can prove her worth, damn it. Let's see, Kana was dead weight the whole time. What a hindrance. Oh god. I'm suspicious that he is legitimately trying to like make it seem like she was not part of any of the plans. She wasn't part of this. You know, let her, like, don't be... I think he's actually doing something kind of nice here. Maybe I'm wrong, though. Hindrance? No. Don't. Kind of looks like she's pretty shocked to hear that. I couldn't blame her. I'm sure you understand, Sarah. You can extract statements from them. And also, you got a new weapon, too. Huh? You know, if when we were searching together, your shrewd detective vision. When someone makes a statement, you might know someone else having a reaction. So that's a new mechanic? I can do that? Let's get to it, partner. So it's the mechanic from earlier, but now it's put into this game as well. I'm going to be ending the video here anyway, guys, but I wonder if So actually is trying to, like, you know, do a thing of, like, it's like, oh, Kana, like, was dead weight to kind of make it seem like, oh, she wasn't a part of anything I did, in a way. Whoa. This is, I could say this about any episode of Your Turn to Die, but I genuinely feel as if like this episode was one of the most like stomach churning ones, just because you know, it's a classic way of building tension, right? Where while we don't know what's going to happen, we know that there's no way they're getting out of here, right? At this point, like I think it'd be kind of silly to think that they get out of here. And even if they did get out, they'd be put back into it. Like, right, this is like what, chapter 2, 100%. But that's what made it even worse. I feel like it's even worse because I feel like you know, if our hopes weren't dashed, because I knew we weren't getting out of here, man. I knew we weren't. But what makes it worse is that we knew their hopes were going to be dashed. This whole time when they're running up the stairs, the whole time when they're all getting excited again together, their legs were shaking, their bodies were shaking, they're so excited to get here, we knew something was going to happen to dash their hopes. I assumed at the end of the hallway, Miley would have been waiting there. You know what I mean? I thought it was Miley. But no, the symbolic nature of how they like shut this down, to me, was like even worse than anything that we could have like imagined. Because while Miley at the end of the hallway, like with like a gun or something being like, you better go back, you know, that's terrifying. But what about the idea that the exit's no longer even there? That there's not even a place to leave this place. And not only that, but I talked about it, like, I don't think this game does anything by accident. Rubble being like the symbol of an aftermath of destruction, and then our hopes being destroyed as well. It's like, just to look upon it, it feels desolate. It feels destroyed. And in that moment, like that hope, again, they made sure they built up that hope. They made sure that hope was like a feeling of like, oh my God, guys, we got this. We can do this, you know? So was going to do this. Everyone believed in it. Not everyone believed in it, but people were like, oh, they want to believe. That's the important part. Everyone wanted to believe. We were talking about what we were going to do when we got out of here. Oh, when we get out of here, we're going to do this. When we get out of here, we're going to do that. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be fantastic. Oh, we're going to have so much great times. You know, they weren't talking like that. They were like, we just have to pick up the pieces. And that was the important part. It wasn't them saying, we have to, that we're going to get out of here and everything's going to be fine and dandy like sugar and candy. It was them saying that, like, we're going to pick up the pieces. We're going to get better. We're going to do something amazing here once we get out of here and find some purpose. Everyone was feeling a hopeful nature about this. And it's hard not to, because, again, people might, again, I always talk about this, guys, and I know you guys in my audience are really fantastic at this, and I always, like, love you for that. We're on the same wavelength a lot when it comes to this stuff. And that is the fact that, like, we can judge them for how they act in a certain moment. We're 100% okay to judge characters. But at the same time, too, someone might say, why would they ever believe they could get out of this place? And the answer is because they have to believe. They have to believe that there's some way to get out of here. And that hope is the only thing they had there for that moment. And you might be like, well, why when they're all running up that stairs, why did they all feel like, oh my God, we're going to get out of here, right? Because again, you have to believe. What else are you going to do? To me, it's like one of the most realistic portrayals of human emotion. If you're trapped in a place and you see a light at the end of the tunnel, you're going to run towards that light. Even if it is a freight train coming towards you, you're going to run towards that light. It's so realistic to me. It's so normal to me. It's a thing that like that you can't deny that you wouldn't in those situations also be like, oh, I can get out of here. I hope I can get out of here. Now, in normal everyday life, our minds also go to like, I don't know. But even those moments where like, I don't know if I'm going to win this competition, in the back of your mind, you think, maybe I could. But it's what made those dashing the hopes always like so much worse. And we saw that for everybody here, right? You know, Gin wanted to get out of here, now wanted to get out of here, and they had their own plans to finish a painting. Gin wanted to like play games and all this stuff too. I can't believe I'm saying this right now, but I do feel worse for So more than any other person here. Because as I said during this thing, it's one thing to have your hopes dashed. It's another thing to be like the person that promises the Elysiae, promises the heavens, promises that light at the end of the tunnel. And when we get to the end of the tunnel, it's not there. Because while it's not So's fault and no one's going to blame him for this, there's no doubt in my mind that I think he definitely blamed himself somewhat in that moment. So is at his most human and his most self when he is also faced with the same type of like anxiety and I know it sounds bad, but like the same type of anxieties and fears and dashing hopes that we're met with as well. And I felt bad. Because again, it's not So's fault that there was rubble at the end of this hallway. We all followed him. I'm glad no one gave him crap for that, because there's no way in hell that I would allow them to give him crap for that at all. We found someone changed after that our card from sacrifice to commoner, and again, I don't know who could have changed it. I'm assuming So, maybe with the hacking of the stuff here as well. But that means if he's being honest about himself taking the sacrifice, that means he swapped with us. Because the thing is, a manual trade just doesn't make sense to me unless someone really did want to take the sacrifice card, because the absolute truth of this situation is that we ran off after we got the sacrifice card and was very upset, and everyone saw us running off. Even if they didn't think we got sacrificed, like, which is the only card it could be, because like they knew we got after a trade happened, Sarah ran off scared. That's why I don't think it could be a manual token trade. It could be So doing that hacking thing, because why on earth would you trade for Sarah's card unless you just wanted to help her out, you know? When you know whatever she had scared her witless. But yeah, we have a trade of a card. Gin found a phone, and then they electroshocked us and like, or done something to us and like sent us to a different place. Sent us to the main game area. So whatever was on that phone was clearly important as well. Someone dropped that phone in some case as well. We also like found that like weird. We found the rule book, which I think is like obviously like an interesting enough thing to find as well. But it wasn't just the rule book that we found as well. It was like the memoir or the memorandum. That's described like almost like another game itself. Talked about the first trial, how they killed someone, talked about the Russian roulette, talked about like a 17-year-old girl that was a part of this too, and talked about the death of some characters also. As Sarah said, it's described a lot of the same things that we had to go through as well. Like it was definitely like on the nose with describing like exactly what we as characters had to go through also. So I was looking over the tape again, and if that tape, like it's not the tape, the recording again, where am I in the 50s? And something that freaking like just sent a chill down my spine is that I realized it said not just someone who's like-minded with us, but a boy that is younger than us. If this is a scenario where Gin is related to this, because again, it's relating to stuff that happened to us, right? A 17-year-old girl, our best friend died, Russian roulette, and in the second, and a girl who was charismatic and got people on like together in the first game. If that's the case, and it's relating to everything that happened here as well, like, how would that even work? Because like, isn't this left up to like chance? Are we saying that somehow, like, because that would be Gin and Keiji in my like someone who's in my eyes, a boy that's younger than us and someone who's like minded. If they kill off Gin, I swear to God. Now it could be just something that's like coincidental. It could just be something that like is not related or not happening again, because how would that even work? But if that is the case, that it's like repeating what happened before in another game or something, and Gin dies, I don't think I'll be able to take it. I do not think I'll be able to take it. That would be absolutely terrifying, upsetting, depressing. it would freaking kill me. But then again, I don't know if that's what it is. It could be something entirely different. It could be something that I don't even know. It could be not that it's relating to an old game, or it could just be something that, like, you know, is coincidental. We don't know. We have no idea, but that's what's even more terrifying. This game is terrifying. This game is so scary in that sense too. But look, I can speculate for so long on what that meant, but I'm just gonna have to do my best to protect as much people as possible and protect the people that I care about in this game. It's not easy because we don't know what's happening, who people are going to vote for, and the less people there are now is actually even more terrifying for me. Is because, like, now we have a situation where, like, it's pinpointing more people and we know more people and we're closer to people, but like there's less of like an opening, you know what I mean? Because even in the first game, I'll just be honest, like, we had a stalker who we thought was a stalker that was an easy choice. We're like, yeah, Kai, you know, bang bang, you know. But now it's like one of those situations where like nobody here is like an even close to being an easy choice. I want to be clear as well. We know that Kai isn't a stalker after this, but I'm saying at the moment, at the time, it was like easy choice, right? But now we have not even nearly an easy choice. And that's what makes death games, like Danganronpa 2, that's what makes them so important. Is like there's never really like a choice that makes things absolutely easy, you know? At all. Guys, that's going to do it for this video. Thank you so much for watching these videos. If you want to see these videos early, you can do so for €1 or whatever it is in your currency. And you can do that on YouTube members or on Patreon. And that is for the month as well. If you want to see your name going across in the text credits, that's €10 or whatever is in your currency. And again, that's for the entire month as well. That's going by on the screen right now as well. If you want to hear your name read out at the end of every single video, that is €15 or whatever is in your currency on YouTube members on Patreon. And we'll read out the patrons first. That being Ty Pharaoh 2, Jamie Bull, Johnny the Banana, The Ghost of Nizuma, Delicious Felix, Yuld, Anusta, Yasasa, Drew Peanut Butter, Peter Shelson, Leon, High Gasparian, Neo Showerite, Leo 200, Malcolm Kunde, and at the highest tier of my YouTube, Blasco and Lusanagi. See you guys soon. Bye-bye.